A G5 airplane.
Yes. What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. And I want to start off by saying the title of this video, it's true, but it's not meant to be bragging or showing off or anything like that. So the purpose of this video is to kind of explain, one, how I did that, and two, another big reason. So stick with me here and I will tell you guys all about it. So one, I didn't go to college. I actually dropped out of college. So if you are someone who is just looking to make a lot of money, something you need to look into is a trade school. Electric workers get paid very, very well. Some people, like me, I only work on computers and stuff, and it's a little bit more difficult to get into. I got very, very lucky to fall into that job. And then others are working with your hands, like a lineman. And that's actually what my dad does. And he's done it since he was 18, and he barely graduated high school, and he has like $1 million in his 401k account. So if you're willing to work outside and work with your hands, there's a ton of money to be made in that industry. Or any trade school, because it's specialized. You go to do an apprenticeship, and then you do the apprenticeship, which is usually years long, 2-3 years, but you're getting paid the whole time, almost like college, except you're not getting paid. So I technically got paid $300,000 to learn how to do a job on the job, rather than paying $300,000 to then possibly get a job later. So again, this isn't to brag about how much money I've made, but let's break it down. The point of this video is, how have I got to $1 million? I make between $90,000 and $100,000 a year just off of my base pay. I've been working there for about 8 years now, so I have generally right around $700,000 to $800,000 just in my base wage. And this is not including taxes and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have that just sitting in my bank account. I wish, but I don't. So how did I make up that gap? I usually work between 500 and 1,000 hours of overtime a year. So to put that into perspective, 2,080 hours is what someone would work if they worked a 40-hour work week all year long. No days off, or no like extra days off, anything like that. 2,080 hours is a 9 to 5 for a year. So essentially I'm working either between 3 and 6 months of extra hours within the year. I put my time there. So the purpose of this, and turning it into fitness, because that's what we're all about here. Not really, this is also about life, but because we're primarily a fitness channel, you get what you put into something. And this spans everywhere. This spans all of life. Because I go the extra 500 to 1,000 hours a year, that has pushed me over $1 million in my lifetime that I've made. I don't have that in my bank. Let me reiterate that. I don't have that in my bank account right now, even though I wish I did, but I don't. So if someone else is doing 2-3 extra reps because you quit early because you just weren't feeling it that day, or whatever, or got too hard, or whatever it may be, think about that at big picture. So in the small picture, it's like, oh, you only missed 3 reps, no big deal. But if you unconsciously do that all year long, how many reps did you miss? Or converting into a job, if you leave 3 minutes early from your job and you don't work those 3 minutes all the way up to when you quit, and someone else does, they're probably going to get the promotion that you want because they put in the extra time. And over a year, over the grand scheme of things, that's a lot of time extra that they worked than you. They got more things done because they didn't just quit 3 minutes early and get out of there as soon as possible, or just shut down before the day was over. So this is kind of a life thing. And again, I'm going to say it for like the 3rd time. This isn't to talk about how much money I have or have made or anything. This is just a good way to put it into a big perspective for people. You get what you put into it. If you want to cheat on your diet and be like, oh, well, I only went over 10 grams on fat today, and then you do it again the next day, or how many times you do that over a year, it's like, if you're trying to lose weight, that's why, because you're constantly just like, it's okay, it's just one day. But it adds up. It adds up over time. So that's kind of it for this one. It's a little bit of a different video. I hope you guys got something from this. And if you want to know more about what I do for a living, or more about the electric field in general, comment down below, and I will do the best I can to answer your questions. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys on Monday for the next video. Thanks guys, we'll see you later.